Eileo guys, and welcome back. In today's little video though, we have the schedule maintenance notes for January 26, 2020. Yes, somehow I can actually read. So let's go ahead and get right into it here. So hopefully we have some good news. So let's take a look here. We have baby girl Glenda, who hasn't been released, but if you're watching this video, she might have already been released. If you're watching it the day of though, obviously she's going to come out tomorrow, so make sure you guys stay tuned to check out that video to see if she's worth the effort or not. Hopefully she will be. Normally with Nat 5s that they introduce into the game, roughly about 2 out of maybe 5 of them are super useful, sometimes 3 out of 5, but 2 on average is probably useful, and it's usually like 1 RGB and maybe a light or dark version, but we'll have to see. Up next though is the Apex Battles reorganization here. It looks like Mystic Powders have been added to the Apex Battle stages. The common trinket box from the Apex Battle Shop has been changed. We're no longer getting 4 to 6 star common trinkets. You can now get 6 star common to rare trinkets. I think that is very, very good for all my boys and girls out there that do Apex battles. And it looks like they've also improved to make things go quicker than before, which once again, it costs a fair amount of stamina to do the Apex battles, so making it super duper quicker is just more enticing in general, because the quicker it's done, the quicker I get my money and the quicker I get out if you do the Apex battles, which like I said in my last video, I don't personally do, but just because I don't do it doesn't mean that I don't suggest other people doing it, especially if you need gold, because once again I've heard that it's a great way to earn some free gold. And then we have balance adjustments here, which is a bit weird because I didn't see that coming anywhere. Like, I didn't see this coming, but it says increase single Astromon active skill in PvP. So the damage dealt by a single active skill in PvP content is now increased by 30%. Obviously not puncture, so Star Rob is not affected by that. And then the single active skill increase only applies to PvP content, meaning in PvE it doesn't change at all. Like, PvE is already pretty good anyways, but it's interesting that they just like randomly put this out there, because one of the biggest issues with single target mons in PvP is because they're single target, that I can't really take advantage of certain sets on them because their moves aren't AoE. Like, why would I have a Dark Gatito in PvP and have a Dark Gatito on Pugilist when he has his active, which is his single hitting skill, which is Hunter hit 1 Astromon. Like, if he doesn't kill him, he might stun him. That's a big waste of gems, so that's none of my business, but it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Then there's also the increased amount of Mystic Powders when dividing exclusive trinkets. So before, apparently, if you divided an exclusive trinket, they gave you 2k Mystic Powders. 2,000 Mystic Powders. Why? Why was that even a thing? They shouldn't even let you divide exclusive trinkets if they're going to give you 2,000 Mystic Powders, because that equals nothing. Now they changed it to give you 60,000. Would I still recommend you breaking down your exclusive trinkets? Absolutely not, because number one, they're hard to get. Number two, even if you have multiple copies, the other day I ended up getting a free Valk trinket just from doing my daily ad summon, so that was for free. So if I get another one in the future, I could have 2 parts of a set and throw that on a mon for free, versus me breaking up my exclusive trinket, trying to trade in some Mystic Powder and pulling another garbage trinket instead. So I would just hold on to them, to be honest. Like, it's just not worth it. And then exclusive trinkets summon rate up for Persephone and Arthur. So Persephone is going to go from February 3rd to February 16th. And then Arthur is going to go from the 17th of February to March 2nd. Do I recommend pulling on the trinket summon tab? That's none of my business. It's up to you. Am I going to be doing it? Don't worry about what I'm doing, but I will tell you, no. But the Variant Holy Gleam package is back. I've said this before in other videos. If you want to donate, feel free to get it. Just use it on a mon that's worthwhile. Don't use it on a freaking light Wendigo. Don't use it on a freaking light on my OG. If you pull like a Dark Ender or something, use it on him. If you pull, or if you do the fusion for Dark Merlin and he's not variant, use it on him. Don't use it on just some Nat 5, you know, that isn't even good. There's also the Valentine's Day packages here. Chocolate package, Valentine's package, 1, 2, and sweet package. Skill books are on sale. Beetle package is on sale. You can definitely fuse for the beetles if you really want to. In terms of buying them, I don't really think it's worth it unless you want to kind of like circumvent that, because they're really not that appealing. I do have a dark beetle. I use them in World Boss, and that's pretty much it. You can use them elsewhere if you needed something, but it's really up to you. You can get these guys for free, but if you want to pay for it and kind of, you know, skip all the BS, more power to you. But I would at least pick up Dark over Light if I'm recalling correctly. Then the Venus package is going to be here. This contains Light or Dark Venus. If you guys are newer players to the game, even if you're older players, Venus is one of those Astromon that is just absolutely beautiful. She's actually a key part of my hitting Light Titan team, because I do have 2 Dark Indras. Not here flexing, this is just for an example though. But she's just a key part of it, because her attack down and plus attack up as a Darkmon, you're not going to get anywhere else. Her only counterpart, which isn't even comparable because he's basically a tier lower than her, is going to be Light Baby Shark. But you can purchase Light or Dark Venus. If you were going to purchase the package though, just get Dark. Light, you don't want Light. That's pretty much it there. Special Succubus package. If I was going to purchase one of these, I would go with Light Succubus over Dark Succubus. Though Dark Succubus is interesting, if I didn't have either one, I would just go Light. Secret Egg pack 1 and 2 out now. Feel free to get those if you want. The next capture festival is going to be Truffle. All the truffles are terrible, I'll tell you guys that right now. I do think I did an updated video on Truffle. There's nothing really extravagant about them, but it also brings in a good point here, because usually with Truffle, yep, there it goes. There goes the money right there. Usually with Truffle comes Venus. Like ever since I can remember with MSL at least, during Valentine's season or day or whatever, we do get a chance at getting a Light and Dark Venus. I'm going to assume right here that we can only get one of each. So we get 1 Light Venus and 1 Dark Venus, which I know you guys are going to be like, Eileo, how am I supposed to Evo 3 Light or Dark Venus? You could definitely try and gleam her up, which is honestly what I recommend if you have the Titan composition to do so. So what I would honestly recommend, especially for newer players out there, even though I didn't even scroll down to check out anything, because Bond and Truffle, yeah, they're not good. They're just not good. But with Light and Dark Venus, feel free to go and infuse for those, because you get them pretty much for quote unquote free other than your time. You can use Holy Gleams to Evo 3, one of them. Obviously, you're going to need Super Holy Gleams from World Boss, which will take a minute. But if you do have a Titan composition that can take advantage of Dark Venus, then I would do it. If not, I would just grab both of these baby girls and put them in the box, because if you're still playing a year from now, that means you can get another Dark Venus. That means you can get another Light Venus in the future. That's probably about it. So yeah. And then moving forward with that, there's also Soul Stones in the Shady Shop right here. Truffle pack. Not worth it. These are never worth it at all. And yeah, I don't see any indication whatsoever about the Venuses, so I'm going to assume that we get one of each, which I stated before. If you're going to Evo 3 one of the Venuses, obviously with Gleams, it needs to be Dark Venus if you have the Titan composition for it. If you don't have the Titan composition for it, just go ahead and box them, but make sure you keep them. Don't release them, because they are very, very precious. And by very, very precious, I mean Dark Venus only. Then also in the future we have a Succubus Super Festival, and then improvements. Fix an issue where Astromon used in actual region defense battle cannot be used in practice mode with applied filter. Fix an issue where the stealth buff skill was not applied with a low probability when taunt skill was hit. You know what they need to fix, man? This was brought up over there on Discord as well. They need to fix us not being able to take out Mons from the Champion League's defense to use them for something else, because this seems to be not super duper common, but maybe it's something that's been happening for a while. I just never caught it. But it appears to me that if you have like Mons in the Champions League defense and you try to take them out because maybe you want to Evo 3 them, maybe you want to sacrifice them to the gods and get something better, you can't do that because they're locked in there. So hopefully I'm getting that scenario right. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We have baby girl Glenda coming out here, so make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss out on the latest, greatest, and more to see if Glenda is worth it or not. The return of Venus is always a great time, especially for players that have played long enough to have obtained other Venuses. I'm definitely going to take care of those 2 baby girls, and that's going to help kind of push me forward to actually possibly Evo 3ing another Dark Venus, because since I pulled my Dark Indra last year, I've been feeding Holy Gleams to my Dark Venus and also my Light Venuses to get my Dark Venuses to Evo 3, because that is the only nat 4 in one man's opinion. In one man's opinion, that is worth Holy Gleams, because unless I want to wait X amount of years to get more Venuses from the events like this, which only come around once a year, that is the only way to do it without purchasing more packages. So if I can do it the free way, that's even better. But yeah, I'm super stoked about Glenda's introduction to the game. At least her artwork looks good. We'll have to check out her animations and check out her skills. Feel free to leave in the comments below about what you guys are excited about. And yeah, that's pretty much it. See ya.